But I am angry. The jury, who invented this jury? Who brought this jury to existence? Because I think that this jury thing is the one biggest mistake that has been made on Bbnaija. I'm calling out Biggie, I'm calling out Bbnaija Allstars, I'm calling out everybody that has to do with this jury nonsense. Because how do you take the hopes of millions and put it in the hands of people who are playing paddy politics? See, before I continue with this jury talk, let me first calm down, George. Let's take it back to the wager. I think that the fight in the house has just made everybody so hyper. Even it's affecting us on the outside. Biggie, if you're not going to get therapist for yourself and for the people inside, maybe you will get therapist for people outside, because it's not giving again. The wager, for the past 2 weeks, they've been doing wager, trying to impress Biggie so that they can have more food in the house. And there's no wager that has not come with its own fights. Like, they have been so disunited, they have been so not in agreement. This last week was the same thing. They fought. Uriel and Messi fought over who will be queen. Messi is queen of Ireland. She automatically collaborated that position for herself. Uriel said no. Angel and Sisi had their own fight. Pere and Venita had their own fight. And all of this came together and they lost the wager. I think it also comes from the place of the head of house. The heads of house we've had over the last 2-3 weeks haven't been solid. They have just been, you see the cruise guys, Ike, Kidwaya, Adekunle, they've just not been it. So if the head of house cannot give direction and leadership to the other members of the house, trust me, they will be disunited, and that's what we've seen. Let's come back home. Papa Fraud, Daddy Elena, congratulations. When we started this house thing, we remembered that you left your wife, yet to delivered wife, and your unborn baby, and you came into the house to hustle 120 million that is not even sure. Fraud, I think that you use this thing as emotional tactic. You use this thing, you wanted to gather the sympathy of people outside. Oh, my wife has delivered, so you left her, your first child. Igbo man like you, even if you like money, Fraud, you have businesses that are doing fine. Why did you have to make such a move? I put it to you that was a wrong move to make. Your wife needs you at this point. Diaper is expensive. Baby food is expensive. She needs the tender loving care of her husband. Support system. But no, you are rocking Messi's bonbon. And you think you can use the naming ceremony you did in the house to cover for your error. Fraud, you messed up. Fraud, that is why very, very soon you will be due and be going, so that you can be able to take your wife for postpartum care. You can be able to take your child, pamper your child and pamper your wife. Because Fraud, that thing you have done, no make sense. There are 2 fights I want to address very, very specifically. Or let me say 3. The first one is the incessant stealing in that house. Like, you go just keep your coin. They go just steal them. Ike, you are a thief. Ike, you. I don't know whether it's Biggie that put you up to this. If it's Biggie that put you up to this, Biggie, you see why you will keep on causing problem in that house. Because your setup, pure. Ike, you'll be stealing coin. That is not enough. Now, somebody will keep food in the house. Somebody will go and take the chicken. That is what caused fight between Angel and Ike. Trenches versus Triumph. Ike with his phone, Angel with her street behavior. They clashed because somebody stole her husband's meat. That is Soma, the mental therapist. No, not mental therapist, but Soma is always crying now. So he's on the go. His mental health is always affected. But someone stole his meat. I think that was why it was part of why he might have even been crying himself. And Angel and Ike fell out. But guys, you are adults. You are adults. What is with this stealing? Can't you be content with what you have? Can't you manage what you have? What will you get? Like, they kept food with chicken. You stole the chicken. You left the food. If you want, they say anything worth doing is worth doing well. If you want to steal well. It's not that stealing is good, though. Now, leaving that, we'll talk about the fight between family and love. Neo and Venita are cousins. They are family. Stepfather, you know who stepfather is now? Stepfather. Venita was involved in an issue. Neo did not take Venita's side. Even though Venita was on the right side, Neo chose to stand against Venita. And of course, Neo came back to talk to Venita, and stepfather said no. And for me, family should lovers interfere in family issues? They shouldn't. But I won't blame stepfather. For those of you who don't know who stepfather is, Adekunle, his stepfather. I won't blame him. If you are not going to take side with your family, then don't expect to just come back and because you are blood, they will just look at you and just pardon your sins. No, it's not done. So please, Neo, I think you should sort whatever it is you have with Venita and play the family role. If you don't want to recognize her as family in the house, then stay on your own. But you cannot stand against her and then come back because your family. No, that's being very entitled and it doesn't work that way. Now, let's come back to love. There's been a lot of fights, but let's breathe a little with love. You see, Venita and stepfather, their love, Adekunle. Adekunle does not know that they've captured him. I think he still thinks that he has his sense, but he doesn't know that he has now been grabbed. Because the love that they are playing is just too sweet, it's too cute. And Adekunle does not know he has gotten deep inside. When you're in love, you don't know what you are doing again. And it might just bode well for them strategy-wise because two of them are, Adekunle has built himself up in that house. And Venita, obviously, Tatashe Venita, she's a strong person. And two of them coming together definitely has built a powerhouse and a fan base that will keep them for as long as possible. Soma and Angel. Angel is like the therapist that Soma needs because Soma is always crying. You take his food today, Soma starts crying. Soma just throwing tantrums up and down. Soma, get yourself together. Get your act together. If this is your strategy, Soma, you are doing it too much. Angel will get tired. Gen Z body when no get strength, when no get time. You don't turn out to therapist. Please, Soma, get yourself together. As for Neo and Cross, the diamonds of the house, those ones are just jumping from woman to the other. Their trapezium is becoming an octagon. They just have too many lovers. Today, Cross is saying he likes Sisi. Tomorrow, Neo is talking to Bbnaija and talking to... They are just confused. I think they just want to play bad boy vibes and get through. Maybe it's working for them so far. I think that they are one of those that are really carrying the show. But guys, watch it. It can bounce back on you. Rounding off with the head of house. The new head of house is a woman. It's women's season, baby. Messy head of house and the drama, the politics, the fight and basketballs that came with that head of house challenge. The men were ganging up against the women as usual with Pere, Neo and co leading the charge. But God came through for the women. Somehow most of the men got disqualified. Neo got disqualified. Pere lost out. Soma got disqualified. Adekunle disqualified. And they were left with Mercy and Doyin. And of course, Mercy won. The new head of house, the black envelope, Alex, another woman. The pardon me please, Doyin, another woman. And of course, it just remained the BFFs. They didn't make the BFFs all women. It was White Money, Uncle Fraud, Papa Elena, then Doyin and Angel making up the BFFs. For me, I think that it's fantastic that there's a change to the head of house. Hopefully, Mercy can bring that direction, the leadership, and that peace and love that the house needs because there's just been so much bad energy. I think that Sisi is not that much of a bad person, but I think that Sisi has been made to look like a villain. And so anything she does is magnified and everybody's treating her like she's a wicked. But Sisi is not. Sisi is, if you give me good vibe, I give you good vibe. If you give me bad vibe, I give you bad vibe. She's playing one man mupo. Unlike Alex, I think Alex is two-faced. Alex on the front is pretending like and on the back, she's just being such a terrible person. Maybe it's part of her strategy. She's just trying to code it. Rounding off with what Ebuka said, 6 people are carrying this house currently. I'll mention my 6. And if I were you, I want you to mention your 6 in the comment section. Tell me those 6 people that you think are carrying the house right now, that are bringing the content and the highlight. Ebuka was very cross with them because it feels like a lot of them are asleep. You see someone like Sheyi, you will go home. Because Sheyi, you think that the jury will keep on having your back, but the God we serve will vindicate us. Sheyi, you will soon go home. We'll order right for you. You will go home. You see someone like T-Badge, keep following men up and down. T-Badge, you have been coming close to being bottom 2. Just watch out. You will go. White Money, kitchen don't cash. You don't get any plan again. White Money, you too, be watching out because you are not doing anything good in that house. You also will soon be coming out. But for my 6 people, Sisi definitely is one of those. Neo is one of those. Mercy is one of those. Bbnaija is one of those. Cross is one of those. The last person, I think Doyin, even though he's in a bad way, but Doyin, I think the others are just sleeping. They are just eating biggest food and wasting their time there. And sooner or later, you will leave that house. And if everything I have said or anything I have said is a problem for you, put it in the comment section and come and find me in my house. I'm waiting for you.